I'm B.
And I'm Sam.
And we're two best friends who like to talk shit about smut, wingspan,
And sometimes books.
Join us every Wednesday for a new episode. Episode number 8. And this is not the first one, obviously, but we're not doing a book this week.
No. And we're in a new...
Oh, sorry, let's address that.
Yeah.
That's just the elephant in the room, that is. Yeah, we're...
in a recording studio.
In our recording studio, aka the Davis household.
The library.
The library. I need to come up with a cute name, really, don't I?
Yeah.
But I don't think it'd be classed as a library just yet, because as you can see all the blank book space behind us.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Well, I'll keep encouraging you, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, that shelf alone is pretty much 1 month, so...
Yeah.
You know.
Just get back on Vinted.
Yeah, we'll be fine. But we're in our now official home for recording.
Yeah.
Providing
Home of the podcast.
Home of the podcast. One day, you wait till we get a fucking neon. This is, going to be the home for the foreseeable future, providing the screaming children and screaming dogs don't evict us.
They've calmed down.
They've calmed down. We just learned our lessons. Let's wait till bedtime before we start this.
Yeah. And now that we know how to set it all up, now we know what we're doing.
Yeah. And we got a cute little addition, which was the To the Stars cushion.
So cute.
When I saw it, I was like, it's a must.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this week, like we said, we did say about doing Promise in Peridot, which we definitely is coming next week. I can't fucking wait to do that episode. I'm so excited for you to finish it. I'm like, it's a 4. I said this to you, it's a 4.5 star for me. There's a teeny tiny thing that made me drop it half a star.
I wonder if I'll pick out the same thing as you.
I don't know. But I can't fucking wait. But because of that, this week we're just gonna do a bit of like a
bit of a mashup
of the cafe.
Yeah,
we have prepped. But
we haven't got like a topic per se.
We've got some ideas. I have got notes. I've probably got more notes for this fucking episode than I have any others.
I haven't got any. Actually, I've got one. I wrote down one note.
So this week, what did we say we were going to call this? Smash or Pass, Bookish X.
Yes.
So basically, we've sort of thought about things, not just about books, maybe not like slagging off the book talk community, but just things within the book talk world, bookish things that we love and we hate, but mainly we don't like.
Yeah,
I feel like my like list is very short.
Yeah, I've gone for what annoys me.
Are you sitting back? It feels like you're not getting comfy tonight.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how.
I'm leaning back. Feels like you're not staying.
Got my coat on.
Yeah. The keys in your hands, ready.
I don't know how I want to.
Okay, Bookish X are smashes or passes. We'll go smashes first because that's like our main.
Well, I haven't really sorted them into anything. Okay. So
we can go back.
Yeah, you can start. So and I'll follow.
This is one that we spoke on this. We did clips of it. I'm just going to address it and we're done. Lick the Seam of My Lips. In a book, Sarah J. Maas, we love you, God bless you, but like you, God bless. But you are a fiend for this. Lots of other books do it as well. Yeah. Lots of books we read. Licked the seam of my lips. Like, so in 2 ways, it's mentioned 2 ways. The first one is like if they're in a bit of a tense scene, and then the character who's like narrating says, I licked the seam of my lips. So like, we're just going like this. I'd never lick my lips in front of someone. Like, it's weird.
It reminds me of the episode of The Office when Michael and Dwight go to Prince's paper to try and like steal a client list. Yeah. And they're pretending they don't know each other. Yeah. And Dwight's like, right, we need a thing for like when we're gonna leave. And he's like, I'll lick my lips. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, no, you've got to really go for it. And he's like,
oh my god,
it's disgusting. That's what it reminds me of when I read it.
And then we said this in that clip that we never released, but it's on TikTok. When like he licked the seam of my lips for permission to like. So when you start like necking, you like lick to like. Yeah. Hello.
Like you just kiss it and then you're like licking to be like, can I come in?
Gross.
Weird.
Gross. So that's one of my icks.
Yeah.
Do you want to go one of yours? We'll go 1, 1, 1, 1.
It's not like an ick. It's a trope that I don't like.
Yeah.
I cannot stand a miscommunication trope.
Me too.
I said this to you, spoiler warning for the first book of the Bridge Kingdom.
Yes.
If Lara just said, I wrote in invisible ink on all your pieces of paper, job done.
Yeah.
But instead, she tried to destroy them, missed one.
Yeah.
A thing gets sent and all the plans are ruined.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, it just winds me up.
When I read that, like the anxiety, because I knew it was gonna come, and it was like I couldn't. And do you know what? I think I think we said this. We haven't done a fucking episode of Bridge Kingdoms. We've never said this, but we've had this conversation before. Where like I think when they finally bang, then the banging scene comes after, and I couldn't enjoy the banging scene because I knew that this was coming. I completely agree with you. Miscommunication trope, I'm not here for it. There's some miscommunication, you know, if it's quickly resolved, like in a chapter or two.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of an argument and then maybe a chapter, like, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's when it's dragged out and we know and we're waiting for like it to come to a head almost. It's and you're just like,
for anxious girlies, we can't be dealing with it.
Miscommunication tropes, put them in the bin.
Not here for it. We're over explainers, we're worriers, we're anxiety girlies, we can't be dealing with it. I agree with you. The next one I had is a thing in books, in fancy books, again, particularly in our Lord and Saviour Sir J. Maas. He growled. He or she, I'm not being specific, but generally of the male gender, he growled.
They use it sexually, which I don't understand. They also use it in like arguments, which I can sort of understand, but still, I don't growl ever. I don't feel like my voice is ever a growl.
For me, I don't mind it when it's like in banging scenes, when it's not a word, because it's almost just like a grunt in it.
Would you say that then? Say grunting. Yeah. Like,
but I hate it.
It just is too animalistic for me, I think.
And I dislike it the most when it's done like, for example, if it's Cassie talking and he says, "Hello, Nesta," he growled. So when it's like referring to the way you speak, that's the biggest thing. I don't love it, full stop. But when it's just, he just growled, end of, okay, because I just interpret it as like a bit of a grunt, like a manly grunt. But when it's like, as instead of he said or she said, it's he growled. Because how is that? I can never envisage that.
Hello, Nesta.
But also, I don't think it probably isn't ever said about Asriel, but for me, right, characters have voices. Yeah. Asriel doesn't have a deep enough voice to me. Asriel's a pretty boy. Yeah. It doesn't have a deep enough voice to me. Feminine. To be able to growl. No. Neither really does Rhys. Cassian, I can get Cassian. Like a Rowan I'm looking at. Yeah. Yeah, but not like a Dorian. He's not growling at anyone.
No. And like, when it's like a growl worked up his throat.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Now, do you know what I don't mind? A snarl.
Yeah, I can understand because I say things snarly.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're in an argument, and because I can understand what they mean. The growl, I can never put it into context. I can never hear it. Yeah, and that's I like to be able to hear what I'm reading. Like I have like a inner monologue. Yes, when I'm reading.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
your one. Have you got one?
Yes, my next one is about the exterior of the book. And we've discussed this about Six of Crows fake stickers.
It's one of mine. I've got here non-removable stickers. Where am I looking? Oh, right there, Six of Crows. I'm not getting it out now, but yeah, non-removable.
And even worse that it's Netflix. Yeah. I don't know why that pisses me off that it's Netflix.
I fucking hate it.
I don't like stickers on books anyway.
No, but at least they're giving you the opportunity.
You know, like trying to get the work stickers off. It stresses me out.
Oh, the one on the end, The Touch of Darkness, The Touch of Chaos, the final book. I got it vinted. It's the lovely little sprayed edge version. Look at that beauty. Brand new out, haven't read it yet. Got it on vinted, £8 or something. The person had obviously bought it, never read it, and so obviously the sticker had been on it for a while.
The residue.
But oil, so I used nail cuticle oils. It did get it off quite well, but oh my god, it was like I was fucking like restoring an ancient painting with like my fucking cotton buds.
That doesn't make me want to download Netflix and pay for a Netflix membership.
And I feel like, right, with like, for example, I don't think, my Hunger Games, the original cover's over there. I don't know where they've gone now. But my Hunger Games won't have it on because I don't think the films were out when I bought those Hunger Games books. They're here somewhere. I don't know where they are. Six of Crows, like, I know that there's a Netflix series.
But I just find them unnecessary.
Yeah, so unnecessary, disgusting. It was one of mine. I agree with you. Gross. Get rid of them. Yeah. My next one's dirty. Oh. This is So it's not a spoiler, but this was a big one in Promise of Parado, which I don't feel like she used it in the first one. But I've definitely seen other authors do it. I don't think Sarah J. Maas uses this. Maybe I'm corrected. During a sex scene, when the female is described as making, not the female, it's not always the female, but the narrator, let's say, is described as making noises of encouragement. It's described as mewling. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. Mewling.
Because that's what a kitten does for milk, isn't it?
It's like, I love you, Kate Golden. And I don't think she used it in the first book. I feel like I would have remembered. You've just read it. So.
It was used in Battle and Bloods, definitely.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
How did I not notice that?
I assume it's Battle of Blood because I've read that recently. I've seen
the most recent one.
Yeah, I've seen Newlyn recently. Disgusting.
It's such a fucking boner killer. Have you got one?
Just unnecessary, isn't it?
Gross.
I don't like the word either. The more I'm saying it, the less I like it.
I'd never even say it in the correct context.
Yeah, I would never call the cat's Newlyn for a milk.
It's gross.
It's crying. Like cat's crying.
It's foul. Make it stop.
Disgusting. I don't like, and some people do like it, so you might disagree with me on this. I don't like when usually a male character talks about how a female character tastes. Oh no, I'm like, oh.
Sorry.
We talked about it the other day in
with
the group chat about the honeydew with from Blood and Ash. I just like, not that I can't get behind it in the books, okay? Actually, let me rephrase this.
Okay.
I don't mind it in the books.
Yeah.
If somebody said that to me, I would kick him in the face.
Yeah, so this is I think what this episode was going to be, but we just kind of went a bit more vague.
Yeah.
It's things in books that we love, but then in real life that we discuss it. So do you love it in the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the honeydew thing, like when Liv said it the other day, I was like,
oh yeah, like
she was like, oh,
gross.
Honeydew all the time. And I was like, I love it.
Well, guess who's the biggest honeydew fan? Yeah, no, I agree.
But
oh yeah, obviously not.
If Steve said that to me, I would kick him in the face.
If Corey said that to me, yeah, I would be horrified. But I thought we were just talking in
sorry, yeah, I needed to rephrase the way I was saying it.
In real life.
In a book,
eat it up.
Tell her how well she tastes.
Oh.
In life, do not tell me anything about my taste.
Do you know what? I think for me, I don't mind, like, the honeydew is so overused. Like, once or twice, cute. We love you, Jennifer Almond Trout, but oh my god, it's like as if she gets royalties every time she uses the word fucking honeydew.
She's got stacks of melons in her kitchen.
Literally. She gets like a free melon for every time she uses it. But so it is overused. I think it's the same for me when it comes to nicknames. I don't mind it, but I hate when it's like
every sentence.
It's like, come on, the character has more things than like everyone has nicknames for their friends. I don't mind that, but like obviously I say nickname, but you call me B, right? Yeah. But you don't constantly forever only ever refer to me as B. Like you call me by my fucking name, you know?
Yeah, I don't mind a pet name. Sometimes I think they're really cute, and I'm like, oh, that's really sweet. But again, if Steve had a pet name for me, horrified. I'd be like, I'm not answering to that.
Yeah, like we said this, but darling is used the correct amount in ACOTAR. It's like just enough that it's like a big old heart stab, but it's not overdone.
Powerless.
Oh my god, again, it's like she was getting fucking royalties every time she used it. Dawn of Onyx and Promise of Parado, Bird, I think use the appropriate amount. I'm just going to see Rowan and Aliens. Fireheart, lovely. Because it's not overused.
I love it.
But sometimes, like, I fucking hated violence. Because she isn't violent. She's not violent.
She's like this tiny little breakable
human. Nothing violent about her.
In the beginning, I was like, that's really cute that he's got a little nickname for it. And then I got a bit
sick of it.
Yeah, sickly.
Not violent.
Yeah, it's like working its way back up. It's like a reflex.
What I was going to say, going back to the like she tastes thing, I don't mind. I love it in a book. I'll eat it up. I don't think I particularly care about it being like tastes like a specific thing.
Yeah.
But when they're referring to like how good an individual tastes, I'm here for it.
Get it, girl.
Yeah. My next one, while we're on the stinking subject, when genitalia is described as pink, because it generally tends to be, right, like Again, I'm trying not to give you too many fucking spoilers from Promise and Peridot, but these are all from fucking Promise and Peridot. But it's not a spoiler. It's nothing. It's these. Honestly, it's the exact same as when you read Dawn of Onyx. There's no spoilers in it. This does not indicate a spoiler. When it's like listening, where here for, ticking all my boxes, and then in the middle of the like no, pink. You don't need to tell anyone that they're fucking pink. First of all, not everyone's is always super pink. No. So like weird. Just weirdly specific, innit? Yeah. Like, some words are kind of, like, dirty enough that I'm like, ooh, like, yeah, I'm here. Like, and it's always in, like, a roll. So it's like, no, and I'm like, yeah. And then it just, like, goes pink. And it's like, oh, fucking dried up. Never mind. I'll just skip ahead. Why? It doesn't need to, like, do we all know that pink? Maybe we don't, but not everyone's is necessarily that pink. I just think what an odd like thing to pick up
I've
on.
never thought of it, but now that you're saying it, yeah.
Gross.
I agree.
Not here for it.
No.
This is, again, sorry Sarah J Maas, but like as if she's fucking listening. Like, I know. Oh, they picked me for another one. Watery bowels. Look, right, I'm going to come out and say this. As an IBS girly, myself, I can say for the community, we don't need representation when it comes to that. We don't. It's okay. I'm fine with never being represented when it comes to my IBS and fantasy fiction books. Because what is a watery bowel?
This is the thing. It's the context that she uses them in. Like, sometimes it's about, like, being scared.
Yeah.
But other times, it's not really in reference. It's like you see a certain something and you get watery bowels. So I'm like, is it like an anxious thing?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
Couldn't you just say, like, my stomach twisted?
Yeah.
You know? Like, I think I understand that she's saying, like, basically feels like I'm going to shit myself.
Yeah.
I get that. But, like, I just don't think it needs to be referenced in that way.
No.
It's just, and I feel like a lot of times in Sarah J Maas books, particularly the Axel series, it's always used in really intense scenes. I'm sure it happens, spoiler alert for Chorus of Fury, when they're like fighting Hybern right at the end, you know, when they're in Hybern's castle. And I said this to you when I reread it. First of all, everybody throws up about 6 times. By the end of that scene, I dread to think, because Reese fucking vomits, Feyre fucking vomits, everyone's fucking chucking up. I don't live in I feel like vomiting is used too much.
Yes.
I'm fine with like, I'm okay with, like, I can understand that would be a reaction. Like, I think it's mentioned in one of the Throne of Glass books, you know, when Lysandra's been fighting as a, like, leopard.
Throws up all the sea... No, it's after she's been a sea creature.
And she
throws up all the sea water.
And that, like, it makes sense. Got no problem with it. But sometimes it's so unnecessary. And then, like, sometimes it's... Okay, this is going on a tangent about vomiting now, but, like, sometimes it's used as, like, oh, so the main, generally male character can be like, oh, you're okay, it's okay. And it's like, I don't ever think, swoon, look at this man rubbing my back while I vomit. Yeah. When I'm being sick, I don't want fucking anyone near me. I don't want eye contact. I'm
sweating, I'm crying, my nose is running.
I'm probably nearly shitting myself. Yeah. I don't want you within a mile vicinity of me, quite frankly.
No.
Let me do my thing, clean myself up, and then we'll talk.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But it's same with the watery bowels. It's such a, like, mood killer.
Yeah, no,
every time she uses it.
I agree. Another one for me, and I think you agree, I think we've discussed it in the past, when there's a huge battle or war or fight, but nobody dies. Or nobody we care about dies.
Yeah.
Or, like, not even that we care about, but nobody that we know by name dies.
There's no realistic sacrifice.
Yeah, because I'm like, even if you killed, like, a nobody character, but I knew who it was, they were referenced.
Yeah.
But when nobody dies, I'm just like, shit battle then.
And again, I think particularly in fantasy books where, like, generally you have quite a big character pool.
Yeah.
Like, we said this about, again, spoiler warning for House of Flame and Shadow Crescent City 3. Like, there was so many sort of, like, not irrelevant, but just, like, characters that could have just given you that little, like, because I know Sarah loves a happy ending. And I love that. Yeah. I like a happy ending. Oh my god, I'd be fucking devastated if, like, Cassian or Feyre were to die.
But also, like, I like having my heart broken when I'm reading. Yeah. The amount I cried during Throne of Glass. Like,
vomited.
Like, I am fine with you breaking my heart. Like, I do love it.
It's like that. It's like a little bit. It's like that.
Finding that happy medium. Yeah. But, like, when nobody dies, I'm just like...
Crescent City 3. Nobody fucking died. No one.
Pointless war then.
What was the point? Everyone fucking lives. Just
kill
a couple of people. Yeah. There were so many characters she could have fucking killed. Just 1 or 2. We said this. Sorry, Baxian. Fucking kill Baxian. He didn't need to survive. Like, unnecessary. I agree with you.
Yeah.
My next one is teeth clacked. When they're kissing and when they describe it like a really aggressive kiss and they're like, oh, our teeth clacked. Now, that happens in real life, right? We've all been there, it happens. But when it does, immediately I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, oh,
the sound of it, the
sensation. It's like writing, I'm trying to think of these. Oh, I stubbed my toe. Or like I bang my elbow. You just don't, do you? Because it's such an uncomfortable feeling. I don't want to be...
Like, especially if it's the beginning of a sex scene.
Yeah.
That's a turn off for me straight away.
Like, you can say, slammed his mouth on mine, fine.
Yeah.
I totally get the like, ferocity.
Yeah.
But you don't need to say teeth clacked.
I can understand a passionate kiss without teeth knocking against each other.
I'm fine with teeth clacked in the sense of, like, you know, if you fell and like that, fine. I'm okay with it in like a
literal sense,
but not with the kissing. No.
And like not with two people. You don't need.
No, I don't need to know that you clacked your teeth. It's such a turn off.
So another one for me that is love it in a book would absolutely.
Yeah.
Who did this to you? In a book.
No, I think I'd love it in real life.
Oh my god, no. Oh my god, I'd just be like so possessive.
But if you had a scarf that like another man had given you,
if Steve said to me, who did this to you? I'd be like, what are you gonna fucking do about that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I would laugh. I'd just be like,
yeah.
Do you know? And that's no diss to Steve.
Yeah.
But like, I just think like in these fantasy books they can say it. They're like warriors and fighters and they're like these big burly men. Yeah. But like in life, if somebody said that to me, I'd be like,
I think as well, like, it's always generally before the characters have either got together or in the process of. So I think about it, right, this is probably a really bad example, but this is what I think about in my little head. You know, like if we were out on, if I was single, obviously, and we were out on Wine Street, which is, for the listeners, the like main sort of like strip city centre where you drink in. If I was on Wine Street single and someone I thought was fucking hot, and I had a scar on my arm and came up and said, who did this to you? I think I'd be here for it.
Oh, no.
Not now. Like, once you're in a relationship, I think it's a bit like, you fucking care.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think, like, in books, I love a possessive male. And, like, I love, like, overprotectiveness. Yeah. But I do not like that. No, like, I'm quite...
live my own life.
Like, yeah, and I'm quite happy to fight my own battles. Yeah. Like, I don't need anybody in my corner.
Agreed.
So, like, I love it in a book, but then in life, I'm like...
Agreed. Yeah, I agree. No, I do go you come from. My next one is not like inside books, it's a book related thing, right? I fucking hate dust jackets.
Same, and even worse when the cover behind them is blank, so you can't take them off.
Yes, both of those are on my list because I love a hardback. I think I do actually prefer hardbacks to paperbacks, but I fucking hate the concept of a dust jacket. Like, I just want a lovely hardback because there is never ever an instance, like, in these books, right, some of these, minus a Fating Timber, because that's actually in quite decent condition, these Fourth Winds and Iron Flames, they haven't...
The top and bottom.
They haven't left this bookshelf. They've been on a bookshelf. And when I read, I take the dust jacket... Wait, look at that.
When did you get Daughter of No Worlds? You always had that.
I bought it for myself at Christmas. I'm trying to buy them one at a time, because they're quite expensive.
I've never seen one.
Yeah, I've been buying them for myself. Well, let's say one. I had a voucher at Christmas for Amazon. They're about £20 each. So they're like, you know, I love them so much and they're such stunning books. Like, I want them. Stunning. And they're still available because she only took off Serpents and Wings of Night.
Sorry, dust jackets. Yeah,
so those have only ever been on my shelf. I take them off to read. Actually, I'd never read. I read Iron Flame, the physical. The full thing I bought on the Kindle. I only bought that after the fact. So, like, none of my books, when I read them, do I take the dust jacket. I take the dust jackets off to read. Look at the fucking state at the top of them. I hate it. They never say in good condition. And a lot of the time, if you want to get a limited edition cover of, like, especially ACOTAR books, there's loads of amazing dust jackets that you can buy to cover. I love that concept that you can have, like, a limited edition without having to buy the books every time. But... oh my god, I just hate that they are such shit quality. There's got to be a better fabric. Do you know what I mean? There's got to be like a better...
I agree.
fabric material
Yeah.
that doesn't bend like that.
Yeah, no,
Gotta
I
be.
agree.
Hate
I
it.
hate this jacket.
And like you said, the second part of that, a hardback that is just plain. Sorry, Daniel Jensen, I'm gonna fucking call you out. But this, like, so when
Stunning.
stunning, right? Look at that beautiful cover, right? But when I buy a hardback, like, they're not fucking pricey, right? What was this? Like £18, right? Like,
it is not costing much to print on that, surely.
I just think you're charging out the arse for it anyway.
Yeah.
If Carissa Broadbent, who was self-published, not so much now, but she was a Daughter in Her World, can do it, and I'm sure the Carissa Broadbent hardbacks are not that expensive. I'm going to have a look, but they're not. Hardback, £93.
Yeah, they're not that expensive.
They weren't. Oh yeah, £24.99.
Yeah.
So it's not like, and that's self-published, so obviously her prices are going to be a little bit higher. You can't tell me that like giant print houses or like Penguin or whoever can't afford to do a little pizzazz on the inside of the cover.
Stupid.
I hate it.
Really stupid.
I hate it. Have you got any more?
Yes.
Go for it.
When, so this is like twofold.
Yeah.
When books change their design,
yeah,
so you can't get a fucking full set.
Fucking ACOTAR.
And yeah, because the ones that you're collecting, there is
Only
no
got to
silver flames in
No.
that. Is that stupid? And hardbacks being released and then paperbacks a year later.
That's like a thing now. That's like forever a thing. That is the thing now.
But
though.
why?
I think
because I want them in paperback.
I think it's because the cost to print a book is so high now that they only make money if they release, because like I think if they release the hardback it just doesn't make enough money, whereas if they release the paperback, but obviously if they release the hardback first they get a year of like making money, and then they can have it on the cheap, can't they? I think that's why. But
I just like, I hate, like, I know we've done it with the Cruel Prince series, the Folk of Air, but I just don't like the I like everything to be the same. Like,
I know, and it really adds to ACOTAR, because for me as well with ACOTAR, right, like obviously people collect the original covers. I'm in the process of collecting the original covers. I've only got the first two up there, but for me, why not? I understand the rebrand, right? I actually love people don't like these covers. I love these covers.
I really like
I feel like they're so like what it is as soon as you see it. I love them. But why not just release Silver Flames in that cover as a special edition? Because like you collect your fans, your like diehard fans. Like I would pay good money to have the full set. Collection. That can be a standard everyday £30 in the works version, but like release it as a special edition. I'm trying to think of what else it happened with. No, Throne of Glass. We were lucky that like the full set was released as the full set. And I don't think Crescent City are all the same as well, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
Well, you've got two separate ones, haven't you? Where's your?
Yeah. I'm in the middle of rebinding it, aren't I?
Oh,
so
yeah, of course.
But yeah,
because obviously just Sky and Breath is
paperback.
Yeah, and they're two paperbacks, but they're completely different because it just aggs me, because for somebody who likes everything to like be in order,
it's frustrating.
Like I'm like,
I agree. Like with my Beyond the Veil, or What Lies Beyond the Veil, I've obviously got just the standard versions and I've got the limited editions, but she releases both for every book, so it's like nice because it's like you can have it. But do you know what I mean? Like they match regardless, whatever version you go with. Yeah, lovely. Steal. My next one, non-removable stickers. We've done that. Real life covers, as in non-hand drawn. I haven't got any. I don't think. I think all my ones here are all animated or.
You find it a lot with like smutty, and like but not fantasy, like like Billionaire, like 50 Shades of Grey.
When it's real people on the covers, I can't fucking. So it happened. I'm quite lucky. It happened really bad with Great Gatsby when the film came out. Obviously, they were releasing like the Leonardo DiCaprio covers. I hate it. Like it has to be illustrated or hand. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I can't cope with a real life person on a cover. It's such an ick.
Those like Billionaire, like Playboy type ones, like smut books,
or like
awful.
I think there's the original. It only ever was released for Throne of Glass. There's a Throne of Glass cover that was only ever released for Throne of Glass, and it's a girl. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
I'm not sure.
I'll see if I can get a picture for you. It's like when it first came out, and it was only ever for Throne. This is it. It was only ever for Throne of Glass. That's what I know. I don't like it at all. It's such an.
Is that meant to be
Aileen? Oh, Selena. Yes.
That's
doesn't look
not
like
what
her.
she looks like.
No, I know, but So I agree. I really don't like it. It's such an ick for me.
Yeah, no.
Don't like it.
I agree.
Have you got any more?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Let me just go find my list. Oh, right. Backs of books that don't have a blurb, it's just quotes from other authors. So, you know, on the back of the book, you would have like a summary. Yeah. Some books like this don't have one. It's just quotes from like the Daily Mail, like other authors. So obviously it doesn't matter to me because I knew what I was going into buying with this book. But like, I hate it when I go to a bookshop and I think, oh, that looks okay. Maybe it might be my thing. Let me see. And there's no fucking blurb. It's just quotes.
Yeah, you're sort of not allowing yourself to have new readers because you're not telling them what the book's about.
And in this one, right, there's a blurb on it's in here. Like, I knew it was here. But some of them I've come across where, like, there's no... I think it's one of the new Holly Blacks, maybe The Prisoner's Throne, I think. Okay. But there's no blurb. There was one recently, I remember, but it's just quotes. I'm never going to buy a book based on what the fucking Daily Mail tells me. No. Like, I couldn't give a flying fuck. And I know a lot of people, like, I think it's Jennifer L. Armentrout, I think it's From Blood and Ash, the Sarah J. Masters, the quotes for advice. Like, they get, like, and I would maybe trust that a little more. Like, you know, if I were to pick up a book and Sarah J. Masters done the quote for it, I'd be like, maybe.
But I don't give a shit about anybody's opinion.
No.
Like, there's 1-star reviews for A Court of Mist and Fury. How? I do not fucking know. But I do not trust other people's opinions. I'd rather know what the book's about, to be honest.
There's books that we've read that people are like fucking rave about that we've not liked.
Yeah.
But that's a big ick of mine.
We talked about this briefly in our last podcast episode. Anything to do with any form of harm to animals. The whale scene in...
Well, it is, but like the description of the whale scene in A Fading... Oh, sorry, spoiler warning for A Fading Blood.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Because animal cruelty is a big no. So anything that is like to do with cruelty towards animals, or I just can't get that.
It kind of happens to Fleetfoot, doesn't it? In front of
I was just thinking.
I was with Fleetfoot. I feel like he wasn't needed because the whole time all I could do was anxiety worry about Fleetfoot. Because every time something would happen, I think, oh, Fleetfoot's gonna fucking die.
Yeah, he better not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, just any sort of like animal cruelty, I'm not here for, and I can't. I struggle to read it, to be honest.
Yes. My next one is when they're banging or when they're sex scenes, intimate scenes, and again, I keep saying I don't think we've actually. This is another topic. This kind of leads on to another point of mine. Have we had many? I don't think we've got any. Well, we did an arc review where the main character was bisexual, but the majority of what we read, not like through choice, it just is because that's just what the fucking market is saturated with, is they are heterosexual couples. Yeah. It's not a must for us. We're fine with whatever.
We did gunning for Asriel and Eris.
Oh, we are gunning for Asriel and Eris. I need that to be canon. I need it to happen. We're gunning for Morrigan and Emery.
Yeah.
I need that to happen.
And just more threesomes in general. I will happily read all the threesomes that you want to write.
So we're very fluid with our preferences. Yeah. We don't care. There's no, but it just so like generally it's just the kind of like that's what they're very heterosexual. So this point was more towards that when the male main character keeps banging on in the sex scene about how teeny tiny the female is, and I get like. I can understand talking about when they're talking about a female and they're just saying that she's small. I haven't got an issue like a Lead and Lorcan, right? Mm-hmm. Big fucking height difference, but that's fine. It's just like she's short, he's really fucking tall, and I don't mind when they're like kissing or whatever that they're literally just talking about there being a height difference. Yeah. That doesn't bother me, but it's when they're like, oh, she's so petite, like oh, and they just keep fucking ugh.
Yeah,
I don't like it. Like when they're like a tiny ugh. Stop it. I hate it. I get an ick. My next one. When shagging isn't anatomically correct. Because for me, I'm a very, very visual person, right? So when a banging scene's happening, it's happening here, right? Scene for scene. I'm going through it. I'm visualising it. So and I think it happens quite a bit in King of Battle and Blood sometimes, maybe it's the second book, particularly when hands are involved. when they're talking about my hand was here, but then it was here, and then the angle's here, and then my thumb was here,
Yeah,
and then
my
my
thumb's
finger.
doing this.
This.
My finger's doing this, and I'm like, you're a contortionist then, because...
So I'm just laughing at your crude hand
Sorry.
expressions. No, it's funny.
No, but it is, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like his thumb was circling this, and his other fingers were doing this, and I'm like,
when they're like, because like we said, like, oh, I ran my hand down, and then I pressed my thumb, and it's like, how? Or like when they're going this way, it's like, yeah, but how's your thumb? How have you got there?
Yeah.
How are you there? Like, you know, I'm too like. I like need it to be like blow by blow.
I'm eating this up, so
and I if I can't picture where that hand's going or how that hand works, it's like a bit of a. It just always like makes it a bit janky for me.
Yeah, I agree.
I have 3 more that I don't like, and then we get on to things that we like.
Okay,
is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just think, why do I make myself laugh so much? But this is exactly what I've written, so I've spelled it this way. Men who play shite instruments. So again, this isn't a spoiler for Promise in Peridot, because apparently it happens in the first book, but we definitely did not remember it. The lute. The lute's back, baby.
I've read this scene.
But a lute is like
a guitar.
Which actually, in terms of all the ones that we've seen...
Some tam-tam with his fiddle.
Not tam-tam with the fiddle. Yeah, it proves a point that, like, Court of Thorns and Roses was my first.
Yeah.
Because how I fucking tolerated it and genuinely thought, yeah, Tam's the one for me, knowing that he played a fucking fiddle. Who else? We've definitely had more. Who else plays instruments? Obviously, Kane with the lute, but it is what it is. He doesn't sing, and I'm okay with that. I really don't like a man who sings. Because it's never
like
good.
Sheeran, isn't it?
You wait till my final point. I'm going to get on it. But go on. I don't think of who else plays
other instruments.
There's gotta be.
In Six Scorched Roses, did the guy play the piano?
Ooh, Vale.
Did he?
But I loved that. That was filth. A book. It's a novella. And like I preferred it to any of the Nyaxia. It's the best one. I just didn't expect him to be such a like, because also you get him in the second book, don't you? And he's just a bit like, like he's just there. But in that,
did we have anybody else who plays an instrument?
I feel like we must. I feel like for me to have mentioned it, but maybe it's just I'm permanently scarred by Tamlin.
I think we're all permanently scarred by Tamlin in more ways than one.
The fiddle. Imagine if you were like went home with a guy, or like was on a date, went back to his, and he was a guy playing an instrument. And don't be wrong, right? Like I like a musician, right? But then it was like, oh, the fiddle. Because men dancing gives me the ick a lot. When they talk about dancing like this, you know, when Selena and Kale do it, when they're like guarding the ball, that I don't mind because it's like slow dancing. But you know, when they talk about like dancing, like medieval sort of
jig.
I've definitely read one recently where they dance. Maybe it's actually King of Battle and Blood. I feel like maybe they dance in that, in one of the two of them.
They danced in a Fate Inked in Blood, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, like around, it was her and the female warriors, like around the fire.
Oh, that's okay. But you know when it's like in a party, and then they're like, oh, we danced, and when they say, I felt his length pressed my stomach. But you know what it is to me? The stomach bit.
Yeah. Digging in my tummy.
I got no problem with you saying like, oh, I could feel he was hard. Yeah. Like that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But not to my stomach. And it's honest to God, it's like a tick box. It's like every single fucking sex scene that we read, length press to my stomach. I never thought about it.
No.
Never. If you talk about running a hand and you feel it, fine. Like that, I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind you like telling me that he's hard.
Fine.
Brilliant.
Lovely.
Like especially if you haven't even done anything yet. I'm like
woohoo! But not pressed on my stomach.
No.
My final one, which got a category of its own, Book Talk X. So sorry, Book Talk, if this makes a clip. It's not everyone, and there's just certain people out there, right? This was me rage typing last night. So lots of people make wonderful edits of like all different things about ACT UP. Well, not just ACT UP, all our favourite books. I love them. I love the somebody on TikTok who wrote what they thought the music from Under the Mountain. You know that like na 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 na. I love it. I love the like fucking sound clip edit that's like to Valaris. I love it. I love the fucking outro, M83, Thrown a Glass one, like, I eat it up, right? But some of them are too cringe for words, right? I particularly would say, this isn't my point, but sorry to get hating from all the fucking Swifties out there. Some of the Taylor Swift ones I'm not a fan of, but I don't mind them because I can understand, like, when people say, oh, this is like, this Taylor Swift song is ailing. Fine, like, that's okay. Last night, I saw it on 4 different, like, swipes. It was just, and it wasn't like the same video, but it was the sound being used. When people say Reese would sing Ed Sheeran songs to Feyre, no, he wouldn't.
And if he did, he would not be my number 1 anymore.
Stop, like, no, I will not. I think it was, I think it must have been the, like, I'm in love with the shape of you, that one. I think must have been. It must have been. I can't think of what the song would be. And they're like, oh my god, isn't this just exactly what Reese would sing to Feyre? No.
You don't know Reese.
Absolutely not. I will not have it.
No.
And it brands my brain. And I'm like, no. I'll take, like, you know, are there I wouldn't say there's any modern songs that remind me of, like, Valaris or Akatar. For me, it's always like that music that somebody wrote, that, like, you know, I think it's called Because You Were Breaking. Oh, because that's what he says. Like, why did you send me the music? And he says, because you were breaking. I think that's what the musician named it. Oh my god, eat it up. If I got married now, that's what I'd be fucking walking down the aisle to. Yeah. But, hint. But, I will not listen to you tell me that a High Lord of the Night Court, the Night Triumphant, the most powerful High Lord that has ever lived, sings fucking Ed Sheeran to Feyre. He doesn't.
Absolutely not.
I won't have it.
Never.
That had a category of its own because I fucking hate it so much. Should we move on to things that we like or we love?
Yeah, I haven't prepared for this either.
That's okay. Should I just start? It's a dirty one.
Love it.
Slam to the hilt.
Yes. Because I know exactly what you mean.
I don't want to scream too loud because I want the mic to, like, I don't want to scream in people's ears, but if I could scream, I would. I love it. I fucking love it. Every time I'm like, yeah! Smash. That, all the previous ones are passes. That is a fucking smash. Hard smash.
Big time. Do you know what else I love? Oh. Like, his hands fisted in my hair.
Ah, love it.
I'm like,
and I love a big hand.
Yeah.
I'm here for a big. See, now that, like, a big hand, like, that doesn't, because for me, it's just describing how large the generally male is. It isn't referencing how small the female is. But yeah, fisted my hair. Lovely. Slam to the hilt, fisted my hair. My next one. Now, this was actually I actually got this from watching other people's Bookish videos because I was just watching them, like, for research. Like, always there are things that they're going to say that, like jog my memory. This was actually on a lot of people's, like, ick list or pass list, but for me, I fucking love it. It's a Sarah J. Maas favourite. Velvet Wrap Steel. Some people don't like it, right? And I can get why you don't like it. For me, I fucking love it.
You just know exactly what
I know what that is. And I love it.
Yeah.
It doesn't turn, like, I'm here for it. I'm here for some fun. There's lots of penis description that I'm not here for. Yeah. Lots of it. I could name hundreds that I'm sometimes like, ugh. Velvet Wrap Steel, all day, every day. Yes, please.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
Do you want me to go for another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Foul language. Oh, I can't even speak. Foul language when doing the deed.
Yeah.
Particularly A Court of Silver Flames. Because I wouldn't say, and I don't mean, right, saying fuck during sex, like, oh fuck, no. I'm talking
exactly what you mean.
When Cassian refers to him as a cat.
Yes.
I can't describe what that does for me. I can't. In real life, I think I would fucking hate it.
Yeah, but it just makes it feel even dirtier than it already is.
Because in reality, the actual banging scenes in Silver Flames are not that dirty. Like, the mechanics are not that dirty. Like, when we're talking about King of Oxford, like, it ain't that dirty. But there's just something about Cassian's mouth that, like I said, I don't have words for what that does to me. And him using the C-bomb, all day, every day, sign me up. I'll read pages of it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I agree. Stunning.
Should I go for another one?
Yeah.
When the love interest has a second home that's super homely. So I'm talking like Reese's real house isn't the House of Wind. He has the townhouse.
Yeah.
I can't continue with another example because it's too much of a spoiler for you in something that's coming up soon. But there's lots of. I had another example, but I can't. But there's a lot, like when the main character is like a prince or a king or a high lord, but then they're like, oh, this isn't like my real. Because I'm not fancy. I don't live in it. I don't like this. I live in a humble little.
Oh yeah.
I love, and they take the main.
Yeah.
They take and they're like, oh, this is where you really live, and they're like, yeah, this is my humble little abode. This is my little apartment. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love when, especially female main characters, because obviously we're trying to like edit them, when they're made to be realistic. So like Bryce having her nails done, Bryce taking her bra off, Aileen sneaking sweets and chocolate. Like no, but it just makes it a bit more like.
I like the sweets and chocolate thing. I didn't like the fucking red teeth.
No,
but I agree with you.
You know, just like when they like do normal things.
Relatable.
Yeah, like, and they're not like just like fighting warriors. So I'm not a warrior. I've never been in a fight in my life. Like,
yeah, because I think for us, like, we read these books to escape, right? Because
absolutely.
we love Crescent City, but I definitely say it's on the line of what we tolerate in terms of like how real it is. Because I'm trying to think of like one of the things that I don't love about the Cruel Prince series, spoiler one of the Cruel Prince series, only the first three, is that like Jude is from the mortal world.
Yeah.
And not even that so much. I don't like the scenes in the human world. I don't like when they talk about the human world too much.
Like going shopping and cooking
they're in the mall.
and
like Carden's in the mall. It's like, no, he's fucking not.
Yeah.
Carden's a sexy prince with a big old tail. And I need him to stay a sexy prince with a big old swinging tail, with his glittering little crown, his eyeliner, and his painted black nails.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you talk about him eating pizza,
nah.
I don't love that about. I don't mind that it's like a thing, but I think there's too much reference to the real world. And for me, I'm like, we read it for escapism. Crescent City is like about as much as I'll tolerate. The guns was a bit weird, but I think when it's done, it's just done enough. Like you were saying about the alien thing, it's just enough. There's like that little nod, and it makes you relate as a character. With the Bryce thing, we love that about Bryce. Like, we love it.
But then, in the same breath, I don't love Feyre painting.
But I think that
but I think it's because I'm not an artistic person, so I'm like, well, I can't
But you know
paint.
what, right? Can I say something really controversial? I don't love that Nesta's a reader.
Okay.
I don't think I mind that Nesta reads. It just felt for me a little, because I think with Nesta it wasn't introduced from the beginning.
Yeah. It was almost as if I'm trapped in this house. What can I do? I'll fucking read. And now I'm a reader. Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, I don't know, but then again, I do think it's really cute when like her, Emery and Gwyn like swapping smutty recommendations.
And the house giving her recommendations.
Yeah, so maybe I need to bite my tongue with that, because maybe I do like
But I do agree that it just sort of like, it was convenience.
I think if it had been in it from the beginning, I wouldn't have batted an eyelid.
If while Feyre was out hunting and Elaine was gardening, if Nesta was reading, that would be fine.
Yeah, like, oh, she had enough money to buy one book and she read it over and over, like, fine. But yeah, it was just like, oh, Nesta's going to be a main character now and she needs a thing. Oh, this is going to be her thing. Because like Bryce doesn't really have a thing. Oh, maybe dancing is Bryce's thing, actually.
Yeah,
but
club rat.
Not club rat. Oh no, but she's like a ballet dancer. Like, sorry,
I forgot about that.
I agree with that. Mm-hmm. I particularly enjoy, I'd just say for what it is, call a spade a spade. I enjoy a doggy position scene in a book. And when they say they nudged my legs apart with a knee, why is it the simplest things? But that
fantastic,
wonderful. Nudging, like when I know exactly what that means, and
smash.
Absolute smash with that. Every time, put it 16 times in the same page, and I love it. You can't use it enough.
Similarly to that, I love, like, you know, if they're like obviously like stood up, like passionately kissing, lifting their legs around them,
picking them up,
like, and saying that you're wrapping your legs around your waist, like,
lovely.
Even just one leg, like,
stunning.
Here for it.
Sorry, not on my list, but now, why this evening is a very fucking dirty evening. When they're doing it and they say like lifted and neat, or like lifted, like we talk about this all the time, and I need to find it. Maybe we need to make a TikTok of it. I need to go find it. There is a scene between Dorian and Manon in the tents when they camp. Not the one we sent recently, because that was also fire.
I know which one you're on about.
And it says, like, he lifted a knee for, like, better access. Yeah, there aren't words for what that does to me. I love it.
You know what I don't love, Smutty? Kneading the breast. It's not dough.
I would say, right, that I don't think there's ever been an instance when we're talking about the breast situation that it ever does it for me.
Kneading the breast.
And it's not to say that I'm like, no, don't talk about it.
Yeah.
I just think there's never been a way it's been described that makes me go, oh yeah. I think when it comes to the boob work, that's the weakest one for me. I don't think there's ever been a time where I've read it and I've gone, oh, I actually really enjoyed that bit.
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but I'm always just a bit like, nah. It's just, I have one more, and it's not dirty.
Okay.
I like this. I think Bryce does it a lot. Aylin does it a lot when they say sucked on a tuff. Like,
yeah, because you know what they meant.
I know exactly what you mean. I use it all the time. I do it myself all the time. I think it's such a funny, sassy little, little thing. I love it.
Yeah, I agree.
I love sucked on a tuff.
Yeah, I love sass in general though. I love a sassy.
Bryce looks at her nails quite a lot.
Yeah,
it's cute.
As if you're not with my fucking time.
Not listening. Yeah, it's cute.
If we obviously read and mainly in the Fae world, there's some sort of magical power. Usually, what would you go for? What would you want your magical power to be in the Fae? If you were in Sarah J. Maas.
Oh gosh. Do you know what? Right, this isn't Sarah J. Maas, but I really fucking like. Oh, I can't. It's like Auren or Oren. Anyway, sorry. What was? Oh, I think I would like.
What was the question?
Wait. Where are we? What are we doing here? I think I would like that. I think I like her. I like her gold touch.
Okay.
Because it's really clever.
Yeah.
You know, she can
now that she knows how to manipulate it. In the beginning it was a bit
what was the point? But yeah, I like the gold touch. I'm trying to think of another.
I quite like the use of winnowing, teleporting. Just because I just would like to get places. I fucking hate sitting in traffic. I hate having to wait to get somewhere. I think winnowing would be a good one. Just get me there.
That is a really good one. I'm trying to think of others, because it's not that I wouldn't want Aylin's, right? Aylin's is fucking class. I feel do you know what, in Sarah J. Maas books, they're not very well defined. Everyone's power is quite Sarah J. Maas, I think it's a term that's used in fantasy. Is it a strict magic world or not? And I think a lot of the books that we read, they're not very strict, are they?
No,
they're very oh, she can do this now, you know. So it's not that I don't like any of them. I just think anyone can do anything, you know. It's all anyone can do anything, can't they? I don't think I'd want shadows. Yeah, Aylin's is fire. I don't think I mind fire.
Yeah.
Fire's fine. Tisana from Daughter in No World. Again, that's a very loose magic system, isn't it? So what?
it is very loose.
Because what really is their power?
Yeah.
You know, she can do a bit of anything, can't she?
Yeah.
It's not really one specific thing, is it?
No.
Because I know they have those two types of wielders. There's the sun wielders and the moon wielders. Because Max is one, isn't he? And she's the other. Because there's the two towers. But they don't, it's not really maybe Max is fire. Is Max fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's the big staff. I can't remember who I was talking to about this recently. It wasn't you. Someone else.
You talk to other people about books.
Remember how you think me and Liv are starting up our own podcast?
Yeah.
It was in our first episode we recorded last week.
I call you traitors.
What was it it was really funny. I can't believe it was. I had to go find it. It was so. I actually screenshotted it and sent it to her.
Traitors and liars.
That was funny. I hate another ick or a pass is when the female or the lead main character, not necessarily female, but generally they're female, loses all their powers at the end. Why, innit? Why?
They've worked so hard to get where they've got. All the smarts and cunning and wittiness, and getting put through everything, then lose everything at the end.
The biggest one is Aelin for me. Because
hated it.
the whole way through, it's like you'll get all these descriptions about like, oh, her well of power, like her reserve is getting deeper and deeper. You know, like when she does, what's the name of Chaos? When they break the dam, what's it called? Westfall's his surname, but Aniel.
Yes.
Aniel, and she does it, and like the thing is like when they're like, how's she gonna do it? And there's like, oh, because she's like been keeping her power, she hasn't used it in like weeks and weeks and weeks, and then she just has this big like moment. I love it, but then so you get so almost like connected to it, and then she just fucking loses it all.
Yeah, hate it.
Nesta, gone. Who else? There's definitely more.
Yeah.
We're just not thinking about them. But I hate it.
So next episode, Promise of Peridot.
Yes. Can't wait.
We don't really have a plan after that.
No, that's where our little kind of plan sort of teeters off a bit. Can we say friends?
Yes.
Can we say friends? Our friends. Page turners.
Liv and Amy.
Where we obviously like want to listen to their voices. Oh, that sounds weird. We want to listen to their podcast.
Yeah.
But because we haven't read all the books that they've read, and they say this all the time to us, but maybe they're just lying to us because they don't want to listen to us chat shite.
They've read some Sarah J.
But we I couldn't listen to the God Killer episode because it's on my TBR, but I want to be able to listen to them.
Yeah.
So we get that sometimes is like a rate limiting factor with our podcasts. So maybe. Yeah. Oh, do you know what? No, I know what we need to do next, because the reviews I've seen, I think maybe we don't need to do it like immediately next.
Right.
I'm looking at it for we need to. What I've heard of that, I think it's a wild ride. Another one that we want to do, that maybe we could do it in the next like 3, is where we buy each other a surprise book.
Yes.
Because the one I have in mind for you is the freakiest fucking shit I have ever seen.
Thing is, you've read everything. I genuinely don't know what I would buy.
This one, I went so deep. So this one, not to spoil it, I don't think you'll find the videos, but it was like a really viral series, like 3 or 4 books, with this girl who's like a book talker, but it's her filming, like, I think it's her brothers, she's got multiple brothers, reaction to one of her books. And it isn't Ice Planet Barbarians, but it's on that like level of freakiness. And I can't even go into how freaky it is, but it's freaky. And I can't wait to buy it for you and make you read it. And then we have to talk about them.
Yeah. We also want to try and do like a charity shop haul now that we're in our vintage era.
Yeah. What we go for the day and go get, we'll see what we can find. Yeah, maybe we need to. But the thing is, shout out to You Couldn't Write This Pod. Remember that one?
Yeah.
They do a I think it's like their first episode or one of the first episodes where they do charity shop
stuff.
But like, so they go together but they don't show each other. So maybe we need to do that. We'll go to and we'll like try and not show each other the books that we buy, and then we can like surprise each other, or do like a top trumps with books. Like I got the better one. And then I'm trying to think of other ideas that we've had. Like, we've definitely got other books we want to do. Yes. Like, we really...
Thing is, there's a lot... We've got a lot coming out, haven't we?
We have.
We've got Powerful out at the minute, which is, like, the Powerless 1.5. We've got the next Beyond the Veil.
No, it's not. It's not confirmed.
I thought it was.
We've got no date for it. All she does is release quotes, and she says at the bottom, no release date as of yet. I know. I am gasping for that one.
Yeah, same. Yeah. TBD.
We've got lots that we need to read. Like God's Killer is one of them. Are we done?
We say this every time. Are we done?
Do we?
Yeah, it's always at the end of an episode. Are we done?
Are we done?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
That was our bookish X.
Smashes, passes, X. Thanks for listening.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at A Pod of Smut and Wingspan.
See you next week.
Bye. What?